Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my October, is it almost November already? This year is going by so fast. I've been pretty much doing these every single month now for a few months. So I figured I would just keep the ball rolling and share with you the stuff I've been liking. But I included a couple random favorites. I mean candle favorites, because I've been burning a lot of candles lately, and why not just start with those? So of course I couldn't even just pick one candle to talk about. I have three. I haven't even really burnt it very much, but I don't even care. I've been wanting this candle for so long, but it is like 25 bucks for the full size, which in my opinion is just a little bit too much to pay for a candle. You can get it at Target. I picked mine up because Target recently marked them down half off. This one is in the scent Brisk Morning Air. I don't even know how to describe the scent, but it smells so good. I bought another one, Midnight Pumpkin, and that one smells amazing as well. I gotta burn that pretty soon. It kind of has that slight like musky scent that you guys know if you watch my videos. That's what type of scents I usually go for. So if you guys are near Target, definitely go give these a little sniff so you can know what I'm talking about here. So good. These next two candles I want to talk about are both from Bath & Body Works. Now I am someone, like I said, I'm not down with spending 24 bucks on a candle, but I got these when they were 2 for 24, I think, or 2 for 22. And I finally jumped on the bandwagon of Marshmallow Fireside. Where have I been? The hype is real. It's not anything like the scents I normally go for. It's a very sweet but toasty scent, if that makes sense. So Marshmallow Fireside is like the perfect name for this candle. I got the little oil burners along with it, so I'm just like have the plug in, I have the candle going, and my apartment is just smelling like marshmallows. This other one I got is Golden Cinnamon, which so how they describe this candle is sticks of cinnamon bark, soothing vanilla, and a dash of salted caramel. I had this burning for a while I took a bubble bath. I used like some Lush bath bombs, and my bathroom was just like smelling like fall. It smelled so good, and the scent lingered. Like I had this going for a good couple hours while I was taking a bubble bath, and literally like days later after me putting this out, I could still smell it in my bathroom. So I definitely think they are worth it, but if they're not on sale, you know. This is the Cup O' Coffee Face and Body Mask. Now I don't know if this is a brand new product or if it's just like limited edition around this time of year. Not really sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure this is not a permanent product. That is what it looks like here. It looks like straight up caca. It looks disgusting when you have this smear on your face, but it smells exactly like coffee. There's like ground up actual coffee beans in this mask. If you were someone that gives yourself enough time or a little bit extra time in the morning, you only need to leave this on for about 5 to 10 minutes, but I think this would be the perfect mask to use in the morning to help wake you up, because the scent alone is just, I don't know, I guess if you're a coffee lover like me, you're gonna really enjoy this mask. And it's up there with the Don't Look at Me mask, which is my favorite mask from Lush. Like I'm kind of torn between the two as far as which one I like more. Don't Look at Me, I've noticed, kind of helps brighten my skin and gives my skin a little bit more of like a glow. This one, it doesn't dry like a clay mask, so it is not drying at all. It is a very moisturizing mask, and just after I use it, my skin literally feels baby soft, and it looks so plump and just healthy and hydrated. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll just leave it on for about 10 minutes or so. Other times I'll just let it chill for like a good hour. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get a little bit lazy once I have a mask on, and then I realize I've had it on for like several hours. So this is not a fresh face mask, it's just a regular mask, so you don't have to worry about keeping it refrigerated, and it's gonna last a little bit longer as well. I mean, you get 5.2 ounces in here, and I think it was around $10 or $11. And the fact that you don't have to get rid of it so quickly since it's not a fresh face mask, I just think it's an all around good deal, and you guys should check it out. And I gotta mention this guy right here. I can't remember if I've talked about it already, but it's the Morphe 35O palette. I have been wanting this for freaking ever now. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this and have seen this floating around YouTube and Instagram and basically everywhere. If you are wondering if the hype is real, the hype is real. You have a ton of like matte colors to work into your crease. This color right here, I don't even know. It is like the most intense shimmery shadow. Let me show you guys. It is so intense. I don't even think the camera is doing this justice right now. And like these orange colors, they look a little bit intimidating. Like a big fluffy brush in your crease kind of blown out is like the perfect kind of warm tone fall looks, if you guys know what I'm saying. So if you guys can get your hands on it, definitely keep your eyes out on Morphe. Follow Morphe on Instagram so you keep updated when they restock, because so if you watched my last haul video, you saw that I got a Z palette, and I am just like so in love with these. So that's why I purchased the second one. I got a second one because I had a lot of single shadows that I still needed to store. Like I mentioned before, I don't like paying 20, 30 bucks, depending on whatever size you get, for just a palette to hold your shadows with. But it is worth it in my opinion for the amount of shadows that it holds. My MAC palette, like, it wasn't really super magnetic, so some of my shadows would fall out and it would break, and those don't hold nearly as many shadows, and it's more bulky. As the MAC ones are 10 bucks, I decided to just spend the extra 10 and get a Z palette, and it is so worth it in my opinion, which is why I bought a second one. Most of these are Makeup Geek, and then I have more Makeup Geek shadows in this one with a few Inglot and Sephora shadows. So if you guys want to see like what's in my Z palette and like me do swatches and stuff like that, just let me know in the comments down below, because I always get questions about what are my favorite shadows. So it didn't give me a chance to kind of talk about my favorites and go over the swatches with you. But I don't know, I think they're worth it. So I finally jumped on the bandwagon and got some of the LA Girl Pro Concealers. Now, I have a few already that I ordered maybe, I don't know, earlier this year, but I got them online, so it was really hard for me to tell what shade would actually work for me, and pretty much all the ones I ordered were all wrong for me. And I ordered the lightest shade. That one not only was not as light as I would have liked it, but it was also very pink. But they recently came out with two newer like light shades, this one in Porcelain and this one in Light Ivory. Porcelain is the one I have underneath my eyes right now. It is very light for my skin tone, but I kind of like that look, that very like highlighted look, especially underneath my eyes. It's a very thick concealer, but it doesn't look cakey, and it hasn't been creasing underneath my eyes. I got a couple of the correctors. I forgot to bring one up here, but I'll show you swatches. I got the yellow corrector, which is like a super intense yellow concealer, which actually what I've been doing for concealers that I have that aren't as yellow as I would like them to be, I've been adding a little bit of that, and it just kind of creates the perfect like yellow toned concealer. This one is the green corrector, which obviously is supposed to cancel out redness, and the orange corrector to use underneath my eyes. Even though I don't have super dark circles, I kind of just wanted to pick this up because it was really inexpensive and I wanted to try and experiment a little bit more with color correcting. So I'm primer obsessed. Like, I have so many primers, it is not necessary, but I don't know what it is. I just can't pass up a primer. But I finally picked up the BECCA Backlight priming filter, and I was kind of on the fence about this because I already had the L'Oreal Magic Lumi primer, and to be honest, before this video I was trying to think like how I was going to talk about this video in case you guys were wondering how it compares to the L'Oreal Magic Lumi primer. They are very similar. The texture is different. Something I've noticed is with this one, like foundations and powders or anything you put over top of this just glides on a little bit smoother, whereas the Magic Lumi one, I don't want to say it's tacky because it's not tacky. It still gives you that dewy look, but it's just not quite as smooth as the BECCA one. And I feel like the L'Oreal one gives me a little bit more of like a white cast, rather as this one just adds a soft glow all over your face, but it doesn't like tint your skin or anything like that. I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary, but I have really been liking it. I've been using it pretty much, no, I have been using it literally every single day. It's what I have on my skin right now, and I wear a lot of matte foundations, and since my skin is a little bit more on the dry side, I need to use a very like hydrating luminous primer underneath my foundations, and it hasn't been like super matte on me to where my skin looks really dry and flaky. But I've also been using this with my BB cream as well, and it doesn't like make my BB cream slide all over my face. So I mean, I've really been liking it, but I don't think it's 100% necessary for you to have. I know it's really expensive, but the packaging itself is really pretty. It has a nice pump, and I don't know, but of course the choice is yours. So if you already have the L'Oreal Magic Lumi, I wouldn't say this is an absolute must, but if you have dry skin and you're a primer junkie like myself, then I think you would enjoy this. I want to quickly mention this brow mascara that I got. I just randomly picked it up at Target because, well, it was marked down to like $2. And it's the one by NYX. It's their tinted brow mascara in the shade Brunette. And I'm almost out of my Gimme Brow from Benefit. I purchased the L'Oreal Brow Plumper, I think it's called. And I don't know, everyone raves about it and is obsessed with it, but I just can't get into it. It's not working with my brows. The thing I loved about the Gimme Brow, well, I still love it. It's super, super tiny. So for somebody who has like little to no brow, this is ideal. So you can, you know, be really precise. It has like little fibers in it, so it clings on to all your hairs and makes your eyebrows look fuller than what they really are, and it tints them, of course. And I decided, you know, randomly pick this one up. It's a much larger wand, kind of, I guess, around the size of like the Anastasia one, maybe just a tad bit smaller. I'm not sure if there are fibers in this one as well, like the Gimme Brow, but it really, really tints your brows, and it really clings on to any little tiny hair, even those like little baby hairs that you can't really see. It clings onto them, and it just makes your brows look way more fuller than they really are. I will probably still repurchase the Gimme Brow just because that wand is so small and it allows me to be a little bit more precise. If you guys watch my videos, I am always baking my under eyes. I don't know, I can't do a full face of makeup without baking my under eyes. It just makes a huge difference. Like, I never experienced like any creasing. So I wanted to change things up a bit because the last powder I was using, I've literally purchased like 3 or 4 times, and I just wanted something new. I finally got the L'Oreal translucent powder. I got the little mini one that you can find at Sephora because, I don't know, I wasn't sure I was gonna like it because it's a translucent powder, and I didn't think that was really gonna do much of anything, which it's not as brightening as something like the Midnight Banana Powder or the NYX color correcting banana powder. It's not as brightening as those. It just locks that concealer in place. So if you struggle with your under eyes creasing and your, you know, concealer kind of rubbing away throughout the day, this is really going to help do the trick and keep it all in place, especially if you use like a damp beauty blender or a sponge and just really pack that on. Let it sit there for about 5 minutes, brush away the excess, and I promise you are not gonna have any more issues with under eye creasing or anything like that. I like to bring it down like all the way down here, down the side of my nose, and kind of like up like towards my cheekbone area, because that's where my pores and most people's pores are more noticeable. So that just really helps kind of like blur and smooth out that whole area and give you that more like flawless look. Definitely not something for every day, but if you want to do like a full-on face and makeup, this I think is really good. So I'm gonna be purchasing the full size once I run out of that guy. But literally, like, I don't see myself run out of this for a while because there's a lot of powder in here. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, but good stuff. So I wasn't sure if I should mention this or not because it's not amazing, but it's something I've been using like for the past 3 weeks or so. So I figured I would just mention it, and it is this brush right here from e.l.f. I mean, I'm sure other brands out there make cheap ones as well, but this I was able to pick up right at the drugstore. And if you're an impatient person like me and you hate ordering stuff online because you want it like right then and now, you can easily just go to the drugstore, pick this up. This is the only fan brush I've ever used or had, so I can't really compare it to anything else, but it is really, really soft, and I've been using it on days that I want more of like a soft natural highlight. This is perfect for that. This is my highlight brush that I've been using for a while now, and this is by Real Techniques. It's their setting brush. Like, really pack on my highlight. Like today I really packed it on, I'm not gonna lie, and really get that product on there. I spray this with a little bit of like Fix Plus. I use this to like blend it out. I like the combination of these two, but it was only $1, maybe $3, but I think it was $1. So this is the first fan brush I've ever seen like at the store, so I decided I would just mention it in case you guys have been wanting one. e.l.f. makes one that you can get at Wally World. Now, I am not a gloss person. No, I have a lipstick on right now, but recently I've been feeling glosses. I don't know what it is. My thing with gloss, like, I don't like dark glosses, only because I think it just gets a little bit too messy. So I prefer like nudes and nudes. So the two I've been liking, I've really been liking Gilded, which is a nice, I don't know, it looks a little funky in the tube, like you're like, what the heck would I do with that? But for me, my lips aren't like super pigmented, and so I throw this over top and it just adds a hint of like gold but it still looks kind of nude and neutral and wearable. This one gives a little bit more color. It looks like really pigmented in the two, but it's not. This is in the shade Sunset Strip, and sometimes I mix these two together to get a nice kind of warm, peachy, golden gloss. And I actually got both of these in a set that Anastasia has. I'm pretty sure it's like exclusive to Macy's only, but it's a really good set. I showed it in a haul a while back. I think it was only 40 bucks and you got like 8 glosses in there. So these were 2 of the ones that were in there and that I've just been really liking, and I don't know, just really weird that I've been getting into glosses lately. Last thing I want to talk about is this nail polish. It's what I have on right now, and I've just really been feeling like matte nails. I don't know. Sometimes I like really super shiny nails, and then recently I've been liking more matte nails. And the nail polish that I have on right now is actually from Urban Outfitters, Cafe something something. They have quite a few colors, and it just has like matte on the little handle right here. The thing I've noticed with matte nail polishes, maybe just like cheap matte nail polishes, maybe like higher end ones, more expensive ones do last, but sometimes like the matte finish will start to fade and they'll look kind of shiny again. So I ended up getting one of these matte top coats. I got this one, the Nicole by OPI one, and it's what I have over top of my nails right now. I've had this on for a few days and they still look pretty matte. I picked up a really cheap matte top coat. I think it was from NYC, and that was no good. Like I did like 2 coats of that and it still really didn't make my nails look super matte. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like I was talking here forever, so I'm going to be my editing for a while, and hopefully this video wasn't super long. But if you guys enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know what your favorites were for the month of October as well, because I'm always looking to try new things and you guys always give me great recommendations. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!